always start with naysayers when I can. Sometimes they're shy, but Kurt is a naysayer. Kurt, welcome to the program. What do you and I disagree about today that makes you a naysayer?
Well, I'm really looking forward to Trump's presentation tonight because this past Sunday he said he's got truckloads, and I repeat, truckloads of evidence that the 2020 election was stolen. So do you agree that that'll be the first and only thing he talks about tonight? That would seem like a pretty important topic.
Actually, it doesn't sound like we disagree. I mean, we both agree that Trump will be addressing the nation tonight. We both agree that nobody knows for sure what he's going to talk about. I kind of anticipated he was going to talk about Venezuela and about the election. But there has been some new information. You're setting up kind of a straw man. You're saying you think Trump's going to talk about the election, and what do I think about that? I don't think he's going to talk about the election. So that may be where we disagree, Kurt.
Yeah, I got a reason why I think he won't talk about the election. You know what it is?
What?
He's full of crap.
Well, no, but hold on, Kurt. Tell me this. So you want him to talk about the election, or you don't want him to talk about the election?
I do. I really want to see all the evidence. He's only been talking
you said
years
that at the
about
beginning, and then you said you didn't want him to talk about the election. Are you just confused?
No, I do want him to talk about it. I just think he's full of crap. And morons like
what's your evidence that the 2020 election was solid? Because I can give you lots of evidence it wasn't. That's really weird because all these people from Trump's own administration under oath said that he lost and he knew he lost. But I guess that's not important, right? Well, what they said their impression is not the important thing. The important thing is, were millions of ballots sent to people who did not request them in states where the law required that they request the ballots? The answer to that is yes, there were. Were there ballots counted, millions of them, after the deadline for the election? The answer to that one is yes. Did you find it at all curious, Kurt? And I want you to take this seriously, although I think you're just being sarcastic and nasty, but I'll take you seriously instead. On the day of the election, Joe Biden underperformed in all the usual Democrat strongholds, places like Chicago and Los Angeles and New York. He underperformed. You know, he wasn't much of a candidate. I mean, he didn't show up on the campaign trail. He could barely talk. He was already losing his mind. And he underperformed among Democrats in Democrat strongholds. But somehow, in the swing states, where it's about a 50-50 states, not strongly Democrat, not strongly Republican, he overperformed even Barack Hussein Obama. He did better than Obama in just the places he had to, the swing states, and then he underperformed in the Democrat strongholds. That didn't make you curious at all?
Did it make you curious that
No, you answer my question first. I'll answer your questions, but you answer my question first.
No, it doesn't make me concerned. Now you can answer my question.
Sure, go ahead.
What do you think about what do you think about Trump's own person, the cybersecurity and election person, Chris Krebs, saying it was a free and fair election, and then as a result, Trump fired him the next day?
I think he should have fired him, and I said so at the time. I think Krebs was wrong. He was looking at...
Right, because you're an election expert, right, Lars?
No, I'm not. But you don't have to be an election expert. Kurt, you don't have to be an election expert. I'm going to finish my sentence regardless of you. But you don't have to be an election expert to say there were things about the election that were done that were absolutely illegal, and they affected millions of votes. At the end of the day, the entire election was settled in 7 battleground states with a grand total of 144,000 votes. So when people say, well, if you cheated, you could only cheat and affect a few votes. Yeah, about 20,000 votes in each one of 7 states would make all the difference in the world about whether or not you got Donald Trump and no Ukraine war, or Joe Biden and President Otto Penn for 4 years, massive inflation, and all kinds of other disasters, including Afghanistan. So, Kurt, when I say you have an election in which millions of ballots were sent out to people who were required under state laws in those states to request them, the mail ballots were simply sent out, and it was a great way to cheat, and the cheating came down to about 20,000 votes per state. Well, Trump has told us 10 million times that it was rigged and stolen. So being that he has truckloads of evidence now, why would he not present that? That seems really weird that he would just be sitting on all that evidence.
Why would he not present it? You just said you expect him to present it tonight, and then you say, why would he not? So you're setting up a false premise. This is a classic straw man, where you say, you see, Trump should talk about the election. I think he's going to talk about the election, except I don't think he has the guts to talk about the election. So when he doesn't talk about the election tonight, Kurt will look brilliant. Is that what you're talking about?
It's like the health care plan that he said he was going to come out with in 2 weeks, about 500
The Republicans have a health care plan, and it would actually bring premiums down. But, Kurt, you're interesting, but like most Democrats, a bit confused. Let's go to John. Hey, John, welcome.